Hello and welcome to Caching Waves. This is your update for XRP. Now I'm not going to be going over the daily counts. If you want to subscribe to the channel, I'm going to make it my priority to do daily charts at the beginning of each month, just because it's such a long time frame. But more during the month, we're focusing on the micro and scalps and just trading on the short-term time frame. But as of right now, looking for a ending diagonal to fill out. Looking for the Y wave in our wave 1 to the downside. But what we're focused on right now is the correction we're getting here for our X wave that attaches our Y wave to our W. Now going down to the hourly. Originally, we had this as a 3 wave, looking for 3 waves back and 5 waves up as a flat. Did not get that, just continued to fall. And then we anticipated that the correction could be done here. It just take through the 618 retracement of this wave. Again, we were looking for an impulse here. Didn't get it. Just turned into a 3-wave pattern. And we're continuing to drift sideways. So it's quickly becoming my primary count that we're getting a triangle here. Just because of the amount of time, the contracting nature of it, the fact that everything seems to be 3 waves. All probabilities are leaning to the fact that this is most likely turning into a triangle. Now the real question we have to ask is it a triangle to the upside or the downside? Because you can see this could be an A, B, C, D, E, break to the downside. Or this can be a W wave, 3-wave W, and then we get an A, B, C, D, E, and we break to the upside. So I have both labels on there. So it's going to be very hard to know till we actually get the thrust on the completion of the triangle. Now, one thing that's for sure is if we break to the upside, we will know that we're getting 3 waves as our Y wave. Reason for that being is if this is a 3-wave pattern and we get a triangle after it, it can only be a double zigzag in that pattern sense. We cannot get a triangle as a flat, which is where we would expect 5 waves to the upside. So that's one good thing we can take away from if the pattern breaks to the upside. Now, what I decided to do, because the thrust can happen pretty quickly once at the completion of this triangle, and in case I'm not at my computer, is I am hedging short and long just to make sure I get both ends to it. Almost at my buy levels here. I'm buying between the 50 and the 618 of this last wave here, which we're almost at. It's right here. So I'll get an average price just right in between. And that will be somewhere like this. Stop will be at that low. So I'm not long yet, but I will be very shortly. I am currently short. I was able to get my short, you can see right here, just on the higher end of this last correction. So what I have this panning out as right now, again, don't get too obsessed over wave counts in this last wave, but I have this as either the top here or here, doesn't really matter. This would be a zigzag. Then we get a running flat here. We got a 335, as you can see here, and we're coming down in potentially another zigzag as a double zigzag. Again, just pay attention to the shapes. That's the most important thing, because if that high was here, then it's pretty much the same pattern. We get our flat, and we'd just be looking for 5 waves to complete here. It's very similar. One thing you can do is, if you watch my previous video, you'll already understand what I'm going to do, but you can throw on a trend line there, and if we break to the upside with any significance, you might choose to get into a trade off the after the first consolidation of an impulse. But as of right now, it looks like it's coming down, just like expected. Looking for this area, maybe just through the 618, hold at this trend line before getting upside. But you can see within this area, I probably will be pretty much break even once it breaks either side, because I kind of got on the high end of the range for my short and looking to get in the low end of the range for my long. So it'll be, as I move up, my position will pretty much stay the same. One will be up and one will be negative. It'll be at pretty much zero, using pretty much the same position size. But if we break to the upside, we'll have to readjust where that's from. If it's from the 618, I'll be looking around the 1-to-1 between the 50 and the 618. The 50 and the 618 of the first wave down right here. And that lines up with the 1-to-1, as you can see. If we're going to the downside, I'm going to have to pull that pivot, but it'll be the 1-to-1 extension of this off the E leg down. But if you want to follow along, make sure to subscribe. But I am hedging this long and short, stops at either end. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see updates on this. I cover a lot of different cryptos, so feel free to ask any questions, and thanks for watching.